again for the second stream in my G.I. Joe for the 1991 NES game. Fix some of the technical issues that popped up on the last stream, hopefully, and we're going to give this another shot. So, let's go ahead and put in that password I collected from my previous playthrough. Remember these days. I always like the password screen on this because where else are you going to see both the Defiant and the Mobile Command Center? I wish they'd make an actual appearance in the game. That'd be pretty cool, but I'll take what I can get. So, throw in this password, send the Defiant off to space, and there we go. Amazon base complete, and we are ready to continue moving on to the Antarctic. Here's our mission brief from Hawk, and time to pick our team members. You see I've already got Duke's weapon level maxed out, so of course I'll take Snake Eyes because I need that jumping, and we'll take Gridiron again and work on his weapon a little bit. Here we are. Blizzard's all ready to go, but okay, we'll work on Blizzard, see if we can get his weapon all set. He's pretty good because, like Snake Eyes, he's actually got a melee weapon with this knife, so everybody else just kind of punches, so this is a nice change. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what the base in the background's supposed to be. I mean, other than just some random Cobra base, it's not really anything with any relation to the animated series or toy line I can tell. And I honestly have no idea what these generic enemies here are, but I'm relatively certain the things they're riding are the animated, or the motorized battle packs. Just like this little missile system that this guy who appears to be a Toxo Viper has, seem to be motorized battle packs also. So much like the Condor, when we fight the Sea Ray, we're going to beat it by spamming Snake Eyes very rapidly throwing grenades. I like how it's kind of Space Invader-y, where it just speeds up as it goes, but well, that was actually not bad. I made it through without losing anybody. But then again, I did that the last time too, so we'll see. Alright, so here's Metalhead telling us what to expect as we move forward. And here is our lovely Battlecopter. So I like the 3 different vehicle options that the game provides. They're always fun. But the Battlecopter is by far the best of them. Because, well, I mean, it flies. What more do you need? The Pogo is kind of neat. It's got a nice fire arc with its weapon system, but it's kind of limited in its jumping ability. And the Buzzbore is also neat, but can be difficult to manage in tight spaces, so that's why the Battlecopter is my favorite. Although it is odd that get a battlecopter as an option, but never see any of the battlecopter pilots or any characters that came with the toys as either playable or NPCs in the game. Oh, well, there you go. Lost a battlecopter. So, fortunately, there's 2 on this level, so let's go get this replacement. I was told after my last stream that I come across somewhat as more as like an informative lecturer than somebody who's animatedly playing a video game, which, I mean, I can see that. Most of the animated behavior that comes out of me when I play a game in my spare time is you know, anger and rage for failing at being any good at the game in the first place. But it's also somewhat convenient that I come across sounding like, I don't know, some professory lecturer type person, because believe it or not, I actually teach some college in my normal day-to-day life, so you know, I guess it's kind of fitting. So the enemy on this level is a set of buzz bores which bounce off each other and zoom around the room. Oh, hey, I just remembered. There's actually a secret here that you can access to make the level somewhat easier. I forgot this from back in the day, but yeah, there's a hidden buzz bore that you can knock down from the ceiling and kind of take them on an even playing field. So, alright, and now we get this completely horizontal level with all of these open pits that we have to traverse. But we have the benefit of having a buzz bore down here, which, as I said earlier, can adhere to surfaces. So we can actually pick up this buzz bore to make traversing this horizontal level easier. Although I am kind of on a time crunch, I've got a minute or 140 seconds, so, and the buzz bore is the most fragile of the vehicle options, having only 3 health as opposed to the 4 that the battlecopter did. So you kind of got to be careful with this thing. As you can see, I'm very close to, and of course, there you go, lost blizzard. So this particular portion of the level becomes, dare I say, unmanageable if you don't have the buzz bore to get through it with. I mean, it's not completely unmanageable. I know I had done it before as a kid, but with my current middle-age reflexes and playing abilities, I feel pretty confident saying unmanageable. But hopefully I can get through it with my second buzz bore here. Oops. He says as he gets hit. I want to make sure I collect the power-ups, because without having the upgraded weapon that Blizzard was carrying, I might be at something of a disadvantage against Metalhead here. And I'm almost certain he's going to beat me right down. So oh, wow. Look at that. I actually managed to beat him. And Blizzard's back to celebrate the finale with us. Watch the base get destroyed, so good for you, Blizzard. Alright, and again, just because, I'm going to write down this password because, well, that way I don't have to replay the first 2 levels in the event that the system freezes up or any other number of events occur that put a damper on making additional progress in the game. Alright, so now that we've defeated Antarctica, we have this supercomputer base apparently in New York City, which no idea how Cobra would have been able to build a base in New York City without anyone noticing, but they did. So I'm actually going to bring Blizzard and Gridiron along on this mission so I can finish upgrading Blizzard's weapon. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of obsessed about making sure that everybody's weapon in the game is fully upgraded. I don't know. But in this level we get to take on these rock vipers, and I don't know who these guys hiding in the tunnels are, but them and the rock vipers, those are the main enemy on this descending elevator. See, Blizzard's weapon's already almost fully upgraded. It's at 3B, so I've never understood why in this game the melee attacks are so much stronger than the weapon attacks, but it's rare that you'll want to go with the weapons over the melee in most cases. Just the way it is, I guess. Whoops. Took a hit while I was checking his weapon level, so that's fun. And again, here's another grenadable boss with the Fang 2. And we're just gonna toss grenades until Snake Eye's arm falls off and take this boss out. Easy enough. Now on to find the bombs in the headquarters portion, which apparently, I forgot that this level is controlled by Overlord, so he'll be the boss du jour in this level. This interior portion is kind of interesting. It's very Ninja Gaiden in your ability to wall crawl. So, I'll be honest, I have absolutely no recollection of where all of the checkpoints are in this game, so hopefully I'll be able to find them within the time limit. Or I can just have a system freeze. That'll work too. Let's see if I can actually boot to the menu, or no, that's a hard freeze. And a restart. Good thing I wrote down that password, huh? So, honestly, I don't have much experience with the Hyperkin. I bought it just to be able to play retro games and stream them because I appreciated that it had an HDMI output. So, I don't know if maybe these hard restarts are normal for it or not. But I'm going to go ahead and reset the game so that I can enter this password. sure that everybody out there is watching this stream for the intense password entering action, right? I mean, like I said earlier, we do at least get to look at this cool splash page of the Defiant and the Mobile Command Center, which is almost worth it. I actually had the Mobile Command Center toy as a kid. That was the... it didn't accept my password. Probably because that was a Z and not a 2, and I just have atrocious handwriting. Let's try that again. Anyway, I had the Mobile Command Center when I was a kid, and it was easily the biggest piece of G.I. Joe equipment that I ever had. And it was really rather super cool, so I'm glad to see it be represented in a game. That's pretty nifty. There we go. I'll just have to write like a grown adult in the future. That'll save me a lot of trouble. Once again, let's go through Hawk's briefing. No. It's going to freeze again, isn't it? Yep. Well, I guess this is what you get when you're doing live video, huh? Tell you what, this time let's reseat the game so that the Retron reloads it, and maybe that'll give us a better result. Alright, so, and again, it's defaulting to the original save state, so let's go ahead and one more time look at that beautiful Defiant splash page. Hopefully for the last time. I definitely apologize, but I'm sure you all have seen worse on streams. All things considered, I don't think I'm doing quite that bad, so. Yeah, thanks Hawk, got it. Snake Eyes the leader. Blizzard, Gridiron. Let's go find the Ninja Turtles. That would make this level a whole lot cooler if at some point you came across the Ninja Turtles, but alas, it's not meant to be. Although, and I'm not sure if anybody out there's... Oh, actually, I am sure that at least some of you out there have played Borderlands, what was it, 2? But I thoroughly enjoyed that mission where you had to fight the Ninja Turtle analogs at one point. It was an interesting diversion. Fortunately, this first of the 3 levels on World 3 here is ridiculously easy with this elevator. Are you kidding me? Well, I'm not convinced this is going to be working out, everyone. Because I get nothing but hard crashes on this. Which makes for some very unentertaining streaming. It's quite the advertisement for the hardware also, wouldn't you say? Retron should definitely appreciate how well represented their hardware is in this situation. I'm gonna reboot the system one more time. Try this one last playthrough, and if it freezes again, well, I don't know. If it freezes again, I guess maybe the next time I'll try to figure out how to use my classic NES, or just download a ROM. I don't know, because I wasn't doing this on the previous stream or the few other times I've played it, so I really couldn't tell you what the problem is. Alright. So, once more, into the Defiant splash page. Let's put in this password. A couple more of these crashes, I should have it memorized. So, one more time, down into the sewer. I'm being told that there's not a ton of information about the Hypercan having any kind of freezing issues, so it might just be my game cart. And being that it's original NES, my guess is it's because I didn't blow into it, which as adults we all know is not really a thing, but the children in us are absolutely certain that no Nintendo game is ever going to play correctly if you don't blow into the cartridge. So, it's probably my fault for not doing that. Oh. Why is... Apparently all these restarts are causing my upgrade level on Blizzard's weapon to decrease, because now he's only at 2B, which... I don't know if the password didn't account for his weapon upgrade level. That's sad. But it is what it is, I guess. Alright, let's take this Fang 2 out again. I always found this Fang 2 to be a really cool design. I like the dual rotor, tilt rotor system. Although, the fact that kind of everything in the toy line went to these purple and reds for Cobra. I was never completely on board with that, but oh well. Alright. Here we are, back in the base section and off to find our check marks. So, we have 5 of them in this level. And as I said, don't know where any of them are. Apparently Cobra Law is here because this level has a number of royal guards throwing their scythe things at us throughout it, which apparently act as boomerangs. That's unexpected, but at least there's... Oh, I was going to say at least there's no Nemesis Enforcer. I don't remember. Is Nemesis Enforcer a boss on this level? I really hope not. Alright, so... need some jumping action, but let's send Snake Eyes up and grab this Buzzbore. That way we can actually get up to this upper level here. I don't know what this guy is supposed to be. The color scheme and the helmet, he kind of looks like an Annihilator, but... So, another thing that I had not remembered about the game, the select button actually toggles between your melee attack and your ranged attack. And I had picked up a couple of weapon upgrades and wanted to check Blizzard's level, so I hit select. And apparently, that also serves as the eject button when you're in a vehicle. So, yeah, learn something new. Or, I guess, relearn something old. I don't know why it won't let me get back in the vehicle, but apparently the eject button comes with a self-destruct. We'll just assume that's the case. So, sadly, no more Buzzbore for me, but... Oh, those guys chuck grenades. Maybe they're Frag Vipers, although the color scheme and such is completely wrong for a Frag Viper, but it is an 8-bit Nintendo game, so there might be something to the technical limitations that force it into that color scheme. I don't know. Okay, well, this is not going well. See, I lose one little Buzzbore. It's all downhill from there. Fortunately, I think I'm pretty much almost done upgrading Blizzard's weapon. There's another check mark, so we're not... shouldn't have too much trouble getting to that one, if I can survive. Oh, I did all that for invincibility and some ammo, which I'm not even really using, but oh well. What are you gonna do? I also appreciate that I'm able to melee attack missiles and destroy them before they hit me. That's good physics there. Have I already gone this way? Why does it feel like I've already gone this way? Oh, that's why it feels like that, because this level's very repetitive. Nope. No entry there. I do appreciate, though, that... Oh, look, here's another Buzzbore. That, there are several Cobra symbols. Oh, no. I just remembered I don't know what his weapon's at, so how am I supposed to... You know... No, 3C. I can check on the pause screen. That would have been good before, when I lost that first Buzzbore. Alright, so 2 check marks left. There's one down there. See if we can make our way down there. Probably not, being that I'm already down to only one single health remaining on this Buzzbore. Alright, one more bomb. Anybody have any idea where we might find another bomb? Actually, I'm not even sure. I need to find my way up to the top left here. Thanks, game. Oh, good. I've maxed out Blizzard's weapon, so let's switch to Snake Eyes for the rest of this level. And no, not this way. But we can start working on upgrading Snake Eyes. What do they call it? Jitsu? His ninja magic? I hope they call it Jitsu. That would make him secretly some form of leaf shinobi and straight out of Naruto, right? Although I don't think we'll ever get to see the Arashikage Leaf Village team up that we'd all like. Anyway, bomb number 5. Yay, success. Alright, make our way to the exit. That's up here to the top left. Some of these cheap shots from the Royal Guards remind me of bats and Medusa heads from Castlevania. It's rather frustrating. Now what do we... Oh. Apparently here we're fighting a terror drum. Okay. I don't remember anything about fighting this guy other than the fact that he's going to throw me at the wall here in a second, and I have an upgraded Blizzard, which is probably one of the weakest guns in the game. Oh, this guy's going to hit me, and I guess I probably could have jumped down one of the holes and tried to wall grab, but let's be honest, there's no way I would have survived that. Oh hey, I won. That was fairly unexpected. I was absolutely ready to be completely wiped out right there. It's funny, I was talking about a Ninja Turtles crossover, and we were down in the sewers, and that thing absolutely looked like a terror drum. Oh, I hate this level. Look, this whole thing. Another side-scrolling level, all on freaking conveyor belts. And I was talking about the Medusa heads and such from Castlevania, so of course this level's going to be completely full of these diving birds. Oh well, what are you gonna do? We're going to find a way to get up to this pogo that's up to the top left here, because not that I remember how. Got 147 seconds to figure it out though. And no Snake Eyes to do it with. Great. Alright. Let's give Gridiron a try. See if we can make our way up there with the captain. I have no idea why G.I. Joe at this point decided to give us a football-themed character when we'd already had the fridge back in 85, 86 time frame, but that's what we got. Really not sure why he deserved to be in a video game. There were several other Joes to choose from, but I guess I guess we should just be happy we got a game at all, and that it was honestly fairly decent. So, as you can see, Pogo's got some nice jump ability. And kind of a good firing arc for its weapon here. And of course I lost it because this game takes a level of skill I just do not possess anymore. So I miss out on those upgrades over there. One health upgrade and a health replenishment, but I mean, I guess having already got full health, I'm okay. Whoa, that was almost me jumping down the pit. Which, well, and now I'm ready to fight the Overlord. Well, I don't know about ready because, much like several of the other bosses, I don't really remember what I'm doing. I just remember if I stay close to him, I can hit him with multiple rounds at one time. So, hey, success! And no one is more surprised than I. Alright. Almost made that look too easy. I only lost one of my characters and almost a second one. I don't think that's necessarily acceptable attrition, but Hawk seems okay with it, so we'll call it good. So now, Gridiron's going to lead a mission off in the, what did it say, the Black Hills? Alright, we'll take anybody whose weapon's not upgraded so we can work on them and see what we can do. Gridiron gets to start dramatically on top of a very small plateau. And we'll use Snake Eyes to try and upgrade his weapon. Does anybody else see the irony that we fought rock vipers who are mountain troopers in the sewer instead of this level, and on this level we're fighting alley vipers who are urban soldiers in the mountains? I don't think that the enemy types were properly utilized for this game. Oh, good, more Royal Guards. I was worried we'd seen the last of those. We have more of these generic troopers that I can't identify. Anybody that might have an idea of what these little grunts are supposed to be, maybe they're just regular vipers, I don't know. Feel free to post your thoughts in the comments or in the chat, or just let me talk to myself because I don't think anybody's really watching, so although, to be perfectly honest, none of my 3 daughters are really terribly interested in G.I. Joe, so this stream is in some ways similar to what happens in my home life when I talk about G.I. Joe, where basically I'm just throwing my words into the void and nobody's actually hearing them. And then I amuse myself with my own jokes. Okay, so now we get to fight an AGP. Apparently Destro's making good money on this game. This AGP leaves these shadow versions of itself around the screen until the screen becomes completely full and then you have nowhere to go. which is obnoxious, and you know, I probably would have had better luck if I'd upgraded somebody with a weapon more powerful than Snake Eyes, who, I know I said Blizzard had the weakest gun earlier in the game, but yeah, no, Snake Eyes has the weakest gun. Yeah, I should probably swap before I lose what little health Snake Eyes has left. Rock and Roll's actually got about the most powerful weapon in the game with his Gatling guns, but well, I'm not smart enough to upgrade him early, and I save him till the end. So that, and he's got the worst jump, so do with that what you will. Alright, so now we're in this mountain base that is full of heat vipers, and I have no idea where I'm going again, so we're just going to have to figure it out as we go. I hear one of my children playing a game in the other room, which is all well and good, but they're way better at games than I am, so try not to be jealous of that as I'm come on, really? Okay, there we go. It was only a matter of time before I made that jump or lost all my characters trying. I wanted to get over this wall because I remembered there was a hidden spot down here. So I'll continue upgrading Snake Eyes, but I won't stick with him as my primary character because he's pretty much almost dead right now. But I remembered the buzz boar, which is cool. So I remember some little things as I go, which they catch me off guard when I do because I have almost no expectation of remembering anything, but when you played this game as much as I did as a kid, I guess muscle memory is just going to kick in some circumstances. And let's not go back up there. Let's take the long way. There's a thing down there, but nothing in it, so I have no idea if these giant skulls around the level are supposed to be some kind of like props, or if Cobra wiped out a race of giants to build their base. Oh, great. Goodbye, Buzzboar. But these skulls, based on the proportions of the characters, are certainly not human. So oh, there's a bomb over there. Maybe oh, never mind. There's a bomb up here. I was gonna say I'll come back to that bomb over there and just goodbye, Snake Eyes. Yeah, I was going to say that I would come back to that bomb over there, but I guess now I get the opportunity to come back to that bomb. Because fortunately, regardless of what does reset when you lose a character, the number of bombs you've planted does not. So 5 down, 1 to go. And I still have the rest of this level and an entire other boss to take on with 1 character down, and I'm not really holding out much hope for my prospects there. Well, there's the exit. Not that that does me much good at this point. But I guess we have to go up this way. Yeah, these wall jumps and the hop climbing mechanic very much reminds me of the first Ninja Gaiden game, for those of you who've played it. Those upgrades in the later ones where they allowed you to actually climb the wall instead of doing the jump grabs was a huge quality of life improvement, and don't quote me, but I'm relatively sure that those games came out before this game did, so it's kind of disappointing that G.I. Joe leveraged the mechanic from the first game, but still fun. I have plenty of complaints, but at the end of the day, none of them matter. I had spent so much time with this game when I was a young boy. What, 91? Guess that would have made me 12-ish, 13. Anyway, I played through and beat this game so many times as a kid that regardless of any shortcomings it may have, they're not enough to overcome the nostalgia factor. And fortunately, I'm going into the fight at the end of this level with, oh man, I remember this. This fight's against Road Pig on a conveyor belt. I'm not a fan of conveyor belts because my reactions are slow at best and non-existent at worst, so my technique for beating this boss fight is to actually let him continuously hit me so that the boulders knock me back onto the conveyor and I don't have to worry about falling off. So there you go. For those of you looking for tips on a 30-year-old video game, let the boss hit you. That's my advice for you. Alright, so one more vertical level, but this one, if I recall correctly, has a battlecopter, so if I can make it over here, then yeah, look at that. Battlecopter. Of course, I had made a comment earlier about not fighting rock vipers on this level, but here they are. Rock vipers on the oh, there's the annihilators, so maybe those guys throwing grenades earlier were frag vipers, huh? Because the annihilators look like annihilators, and I'm gonna lose this battlecopter, aren't I? Yeah. No doubt about it. Without the battlecopter, this climb becomes somewhat more difficult. So, let's see how this goes. Oh, almost picked up a weapon upgrade even though I'm already maxed out with gridiron. So let's not do that. Give that to rock and roll instead. Man. See, I talked about it being easier because, well, come on, man. Well, Gridiron's almost dead, so regardless of how much his weapon is upgraded, now I'm reduced to Rock and Roll, who has the lowest base health and the worst jump in a vertical level, which is great, but I'm not, yeah, this ain't gonna go so well. There we go, tactics failure, or more to the point, probably player failure, I would say. And look, both Snake Eyes and Rock and Roll are down to no upgrades on their weapons. What about, oh, yep, Gridiron. Also no upgrades on his weapons, so that'll make this adventure to the top of the mountain here even more exciting. I'm obviously absolutely going to lose this battlecopter again because these freaking homing missiles all over the place. Gotta love those. And well, still have, oh wow, look at that. I made it all the way to the top in one battlecopter. Now, if I can defeat Voltar, we'll be doing okay. So far, so good. We'll just cheese him and keep shooting until one guy can't shoot anymore and swap out to a new character. Because if there's one thing I'm good at, it's not playing the game the way you're supposed to. Look, password. Not really a fan of this particular password, being that it will bring me back to this point with all of these unupgraded characters. But what are you gonna do? Oh no, General Hawk's been kidnapped. Rock and Roll needs to rescue him from the desert, apparently. So, you'll feel the power of our team, which will consist of Snake Eyes and Gridiron. Now this intro cutscene's great because, hey look, there's a Phantom X-19. Although, I'm not really sure why you'd use a two-person stealth fighter to deliver an assault team. It's not exactly the best mechanism for troop deployments, in my opinion, but I mean, it is what it is. Oh look, I remember some of this stuff too. This level has all sorts of these hidden jumps. And because it's square geometry hidden behind a unsquare cover image, there's these hidden corners all around it that have power-ups tucked into them also. So make sure in front of and behind every little bit of the sand dune, you're going to walk. Oh good, a Dominator. You're going to walk forward and backwards a little bit just to make sure you grab any power-ups that might be tucked away down there. So this Dominator will not go away until you've taken out all of the guns on it. Oh. Grenades. I don't know why, but in this game, against flying enemies, grenades are definitely a Joe's best friend. This level's crawling with laser vipers, so those are kind of your primary enemy here. Which behave like the flea men from Castlevania, to continue with the Castlevania references. Can make them somewhat obnoxious as you go along. Alright, we need one more weapon power up and we'll have Gridiron maxed out. So hopefully we'll find one of those short... Oh, wait. Okay, I remember this too. We're in the desert, and we're about to fight one of Cobra's primary aquatic vehicles of this year's toy releases, so... makes sense of that. But here we are, in a running fight, apparently, with the bug, which we complete the whole thing from a chase perspective. There you go. Easy enough. So Destro is apparently our boss on this level. Let's see if we can make it to the end and throw down with him. Alright, well there's Gridiron's weapon maxed out, so now we'll switch to rock and roll and start working on his. So apparently this is a Mars factory of some kind, because whereas the second base had Cobra symbols, second and third base actually had Cobra symbols decorating all of the walls, this one has Destro symbols, so I can't assume that Cobra Commander would let Destro have his own branding on one of their facilities, so this has to be a Mars facility. I need to stop using weapons because I'm burning ammo on this level. As you can see, I'm down to 104 rounds, which doesn't last that far in this game, and I can burn through that entirely too quickly, so see if I can make do with some punches or a buzz bore. Alright, 2 bombs down. We've got 5 bombs left to find, and no idea where they are, but there's 685 seconds to do so. So we'll probably be okay. Everything's worked out well so far. I do like that the buzz bore can jump so well, but I don't like that the weapons on the buzz bore don't destroy these breakable objects, so there's no possible way for me to get to any of the power-ups or ammo resupplies that are hidden behind them. Again, just another small gripe about the game, but a gripe nonetheless. And this should be... oh, never mind. I was going to say, I also can't go through transparent walls, but it seems that I can, in fact, go through transparent walls. So there's our 4th bomb point. Let's see if we can get up here and plant this 4th bomb. So I didn't actually have, well, I did have a buzzbore toy. I picked one up at a yard sale as a kid that was missing a bunch of pieces, which is surprising for a vehicle that small that there would be that many pieces to be missing, but there were indeed. And I just never understood it. I mean, it was, I guess, supposed to be able to tunnel and go underground in the Joe mythology, but it, like, the physics behind it just didn't make much sense. So but and the year that it was released, it made appearances everywhere. It was in the G.I. Joe magazine that I had a subscription to as a kid. I remember it in like at least a few of the poster artworks from that magazine. It was like they're trying to make something that was really just not cool become a thing. And I don't think they were ever successful. Nobody that I was friends with that was a G.I. Joe fan ever talked about just how great the Buzzbore was. No, the Battlecopters were great. I had one of those too. The only problem is I was messing around with it one day and must have just pulled that ripcord on it a little too hard, and the rotors went flying straight off and snapped at the rotor shaft. Unrepairable. I was heartbroken. But it is what it is. So well, wow. This stream's actually gone over an hour. Who'd have thought? Oh, hey, perfect timing. I was just talking about the length of the stream, and I was like, well, I should probably finish this up here soon. And, well, the Retron hard frozen rebooted. So, on that note, I think we'll just call it a night. And, we'll use this password for the Sahara and do one more stream to finish this up. Starting here at the 5th world. Knock out World 5, and then the World 6 level that has Hawk as a playable character. And we'll be done with the game. So, thanks everyone for watching, and see you next time. Stay tuned. And stay tuned. As in cartoons. Because animation. Later.